Here a little update to our screen flows. With the Winter 24 release, Salesforce brought something up which is called reactive components, which you can use in screen flows. So what I did here is I built a few screen flows. We will go over it together. And of course, as you're used to it, you will get, of course, the link here to all this description. Here, you see it, build screen flows with reactive components. So what's the big advantage here? So the big advantage is you can use now formula fields in one screen component to show changes. Beforehand, you had to build a screen element, then you had to do, let's say, auto calculation afterwards and show your results in another screen element. What you can do now is you can use these reactive components to make these changes in one screen element. So let's go over this here step by step. You see now we have built screen flows with reactive global variables. I also use these examples here from these help articles, and of course you can go over it. So first of all, we want to start here with this reactive global variables, which means you have a global constant which you can use and calculate in a screen flow. So what we have here as an example, you have a discount percentage. You can enter whatever you want here, and you see you have a percentage and a final amount. What's important here is this one. So what's the percentage here? This percentage is based on the profile I'm logged in. So at the moment, I'm logged in as a system admin, so I get here 50% discount for this example of flow. How do we get this? First of all, you need to create a so-called custom setting. I've created a custom setting which is called discount percentage. That's what's also used in the example in the help article. So first of all, if you create a new one, just type in here discount percentage, object name is the same, setting type and visibility you can leave as it is. So let's go back to my custom settings. And what's important there, once you've created this custom setting, first of all, you have to create here a custom field, which is, I just called it discount percent, and it's of course a percent field. And the second important part is once you created your custom field, you have to click on manage. And you see here, I've created here for the different profiles. So the system admin gets a discount percent of 50, or partner manager of 20, or standard user at 10. And you can do this for whatever profile you want. Just search here for whatever profile you have. You see here I have, for example, my C-level profile, and I can put in here 60% discount or whatever. Now I can go back to list, and you see I've added here also the C-level with this 60% discount. I think you're meanwhile smart enough to test it and log in as another user with another profile and see what's happening here. Let me just show you at this stage how this flow works. So therefore, let's go in here and have a look at this discount percentage element. First of all, you have here just a number element, which is called enter your amount. Then we have here a display text. There we have the text and a formula. We will come to this formula in a second. And we have here the show amount. It's also a number field, but here we have as discount value or calculate final amount. So let's have a look at these two formulas. First of all, our show discount in percent. You see I have it here, setup discount percentage dot discount percentage. It's quite easy. It's also here a number, and because our, let's say, discount percentage field is a percentage field, so we have here a number in the formula, and the only thing you have to do is you have to enter the resource here. You go here to setup, and you see here the discount percentage. You've seen here I have a lot of different custom settings here. That's the reason why for me there show up so many things once I go to setup. If you only have this one custom setting, then you will find this discount percentage or whatever you call it immediately. So you see now I have it twice. Can delete it or just click on cancel. And of course at the end we have our formula, which just is calculate your final amount, and that's the amount we've entered minus the amount we've entered times our discount percentage divided by 100. So that's how our screen here, our first part of our reactive component works, our global variables. And yeah, just play around yourself. You're smart enough. So let's have a look at this reactive sections. That's the second part here. And what's important here are this reactive choice lookup components. We have in this example here, we want to create a list of all our opportunities, and every time we select an opportunity, we want that the op name and stage shows up. So of course the correct name and stage. And therefore we will also have a look at this flow. First of all, you need a get records element. You want all opportunities. You want no conditions, and of course you want to have all records. And now let's have a look at where the magic happens. First of all, you have to create a data table element, and then your source collection is of course the opportunities from the get records element. And here you can configure also the columns to display. And what's important now here is we have this section with our name and opportunity stage. What's important here? For the name, we have a text field. For the stage, we have this choice lookup field. And you see here, we have 2 times a default value. For the opportunity name, we have this show ops first selected row name. So as I said, that's a text field, and you go here to the show ops. That's here our data table, and we have the first selected row, so the row we've selected, and of course we want the name. Then we have the op stage. Here it's a bit more complicated, but only a bit. First of all, you have to create, of course, a pick list choice set. So once you look at it, once you create a new resource, pick list choice set, and then of course you type in opportunity, and it's a pick list, and it's your stage. So once you've created, of course, this pick list choice set, then you can also put in here this default value, and it works the same as we did before. You go to this show ops, so your data table, the first selected row, and in this case it's of course the stage name. So that's basically it. And you see every time we select here our another opportunity, you see here the name and the stage of the opportunity we've selected. Now let's have a look at our, let's say, next reactive component, use formula functions in reactive screens, which means until now we just used formula to calculate things. What we can do now is we can also add or substitute things with formulas. Therefore, I have to admit, I'm not so 100% happy with this example here. So I've, let's say, created an example on my own. Let's imagine we have a sneaker company and we want our employees to find, let's say, the correct sneakers for our customers. And of course, it's just the beginning of a screen, but what we want to do just with brand, size, and color, we want at the end, to show to our employees what's the best fit. So let's take here an example. For example, we have Nike in German, it's 46, and we want the color white. And of course, as I said, it's just the beginning of a screen flow. We can, of course, let's say, pimp it and say, show me here a list with all available products. And as I said, this is a very easy example. So let's imagine you have here 10 to 15 variables you have to search for, and you only want to substitute one. So what you can do is here now we can substitute Nike with Adidas, for example. And now let's say we have a final selection of Adidas in 46 in white. We can also change the color here from white to black. Yeah, sorry that I do not have a better example here, but I think you will get that we can here substitute now what we exactly want to substitute and do not have to, let's say, rebuild everything. Once again, let's have a look at this flow here. And you see the first three things are fairly easy. It's just text fields. And here we have our final selection, and you see it, I have a default value. And that's, of course, a formula field. And what we're doing now is we're substituting out of our brand size color text field the old text we want to substitute with the new one. So let me insert the function once again, the substitute function, and here you see you have substitute out of the text, so the whole text, just the bracket we want to substitute with the new text. And that's basically it. And that's what you have seen also in the flow here itself. Then we have one last update when it comes to reactive components. And yeah, that's not that big magic, to be honest. You can also use now default values to show up every time a screen loads. So you see here, once I refresh my screen here, see all the screens we went through are empty, and this update the first time a screen loads is here with its default values, and you can type in whatever you want every time you refresh it. You're still on the, let's say, old numbers, and that's fairly easy. You can see here I have a number 1, number 2, and I want to add these two numbers. We can also, let's say, basically use our first flow we've created, this discount percentage, and just enter a default amount here. So let's have a look at the screen flow once also. First of all, we just have here text number fields with number 1 and number 2, and at the end we want to calculate it, and the only thing you see here is I have default values, and that's quite easy. you just have to create your variables. So new resource variable, in this case it's a number, and you just put in a default value. So you see it here with my value 1, I have 50, with value 2 I have 100, and yeah, here this formula is also easy. Just add number 1 and number 2 together, and that's the outcome, sorry, of this screen flow. So you just have default values in there every time, or at the first time your screen loads. So that's it for the reactive components, components and the winter release 24. Thanks for your attention, and have fun with the other flow videos. Thank you.